one. Record. Great evening. Even though, man, forget it. Great morning. That's how I start every day. It don't matter what time of the day it is. It's always great morning. I throw people off. It's just something I randomly do because it makes people stop and think. Maybe like it's not morning, but it's just a way to connect, further and talk more with them about whatever's going on. I do random things, and it's how I spark conversation. But great morning, everybody. It is Monday evening, and I'm fired up. I ain't had but like maybe 3 hours of sleep since STS, and I'm just excited. Um, man, look, we about to get this call going. Just by a show of hands, who is excited about March Madness? That's what we calling March this month. It's March Madness. It's about to go down. We about to grow business. We about to get new results. We about to help people get new results, and we're gonna put some money in our pocket while we do it. Let's go. All right. So, really quick intro myself. My name is Chuck. I've been a part of this amazing team for almost 5 years. Shoot. March like 14th is gonna be like that official distributor date. But man, this time has flown, but it's been amazing every step of the way. Qualified for almost everything, been a part of just everything, and just seen so many transitions inside this company. But for those new people, just get excited for what's to come because your life is literally going to change for the better. I met so many people on here on this team that's just like just helped me improve my life and improve me as a person. But I'm at the supervisor level. Shout out to everybody that's working on getting to that supervisor level, that 50%. I'm telling you, when you get that 50% level, you can buy Rebuild without worrying about what it costs. For those that know, Rebuild is like one of the higher priced products that's going to take your results to another level. And, let's see. I just saw Steph pop up. I just got to shout out Steph because Rebuild is like one of her favorite products, right? For those that don't know, Steph Shepard is a beast, right? And her thing has been more gains inside this business side, inside using the products. And she put on 7 inches of booty in 3 weeks. Rebuild, squats. Look, I'm telling you, once you hit that 50% level, you can buy Rebuild without any issues, without worrying about how much it costs. Man, but on a serious note, we about to look. All right, so 2 weeks ago, Jen ran the call, Coach Jen. She ran the call and talked about your story, right? Oh, yeah, everything tastes better at 50%. But we talked about our story, right? And that's honestly the most important thing you have inside of this business. Whether you're just starting or whether you've been a part of this business as long as I've been a part of it, this is the most valuable piece of information you have for anybody that you're talking to. This is something that is concrete and will, it's only going to improve for what you have to offer to people. All right. Your story is everything. This is the connecting point when you're talking to people out in public, when they see that I have a Fit Mom shirt on, hoodie on, and they ask me, how are you a fit mom? Like, well, honestly, I'm doing it just so I can get random people to talk to me, but it's really my wife's. But she became a fit mom. Like, we got a 6-month-old in a few days. She's, worked on getting her pre-baby weight back. She's looking great, looking incredible. And, that's what we do. We help people get in shape and feel fit and feel amazing. So just, take that little nugget, just wear random stuff and make people ask questions. But shout out to the fit moms, Marty, okay, Sabette, okay, my wife, Jen, okay, all right. But your story is the connecting point for everything that you're going to do inside of this business, inside of connecting people with the products, because we all have used the products. We've all used the products. We know what they've done for us. We know how they make us feel. And then for those that got the crazy results, you know what it does for your confidence to see what you look like when you started to what you look like now. I'm a forever point this out till I get my abs on point like Marty, but her results are ridiculous. She used to have this big belly because she used to be pregnant, and now she looked like somebody was just using a knife cutting through cement that's still drying, and like they just there, right? But your results are everything, and like for real though, the connecting point. Most people are watching what we're doing. They're watching our journey, whether it's social media or whether it's your coworkers or your family members, your friends. Everybody's watching what we're doing with these products because we're excited about them. All right. So again, if you haven't looked at the call from 2 weeks ago, go check it out. It talks about your story. And that's just kind of the base of where we're going with this call tonight. So it's 3 key areas when it comes to the presentation, right? And the presentation this is where we move from showing people what Herbalife is about to the point where they're now either starting on products or joining our business, joining the team inside the business, right? So it's 3 key areas, right? The first one is tell your story. The next one is do the thing. All right, the thing is the HOM, the Herbalife Opportunity Meeting. It's getting in front of them, putting the information in front of them, and letting them decide for themselves. So the thing is the presentation of what we have to offer to them, whether it's products or the business, earning some extra income. And the last part is asking some questions. All right. Questions are everything inside of what we do. Because the more we connect with people, the more we ask questions, right? The more we lead the conversation. And when we start asking those questions, we can lead them to wherever we want them to go. So, look, I'm excited about this call though. Look, just by a show of hands, how many people ready to recruit some new distributors inside your business? Just put a 1 in the chat. I just want to see it. Flood the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to grow your business and recruit some new distributors. All right, so recap of the story. All right, it's 4 parts. It's your background. If you don't get it, it don't matter. It was 2 weeks ago. Your background, right? What you didn't like about it, the solution that you have as far as Herbalife and what, how we found it and what it's done for us. And then the last piece is what we're looking forward to in the future. That's our story in a nutshell. And the reason that this is the base of what I'm talking about is because the more you tell your story, the more you can get excited about it, because nobody can get excited about your story like you can. I remember when BT was a chubby little youngster and he came. Look, you all gonna have some clients that's like, they think they know it all, they don't want to be coachable, but once they start to get results, they're like, dang, I should have listened to you a while ago. But what got him was the story. He got to see the story unfold, my story unfolding, and got him started. So all the people on here, you're connected by different people inside of this business, because whether you saw them from a distance or you knew them personally, you saw their results happening. And those results inspired you. And now here you are, however many years or months later, starting your own Herbalife business and creating some financial stability in your life and creating some creating some generational wealth. So what that means is, for the people who are starting families, who have started a family, this goes so much deeper into your kids and your grandkids and all those people that's coming. Because Herbalife is something that you can literally will to somebody. So I know if something happens to me, Brody is taken care of through Herbalife, through my distributorship. If something happens to me and Jen, Brody's taken care of through Herbalife. So when you look at what you have, this opportunity is so much bigger than just selling some products. It's literally a vehicle to change not only your life, but the life of those coming behind you. And when you get real and understand that at its deepest level, the business will become more exciting. Your results will be more exciting because you're like, I want to do this. I got so-and-so watching me. They're going to learn from me. And then they benefit from what we're doing. How many people love to have time freedom where you don't have to go to your boss and ask for time off and possibly get declined? Or if you don't have enough time to take and you want to go on that week-long cruise with the rest of the team when we go, now you can't go. And you got to worry about calling out and maybe even losing your job while you're on a vacation with us. Time freedom is where it's at, and we have the opportunity to get there. So the story leads through all of this in the presentation. And, you know, when it comes to the HOM, how I mentioned, the story leads to the presentation goes from your story to doing the thing, right? The HOM, giving them the opportunity to look at the business or look at the products. We give them the opportunity to start with us. And then after the presentation is over, now we get into the call. After the presentation is over, we now lead the conversation with 6 questions. So I'm going to say the questions slow enough for you as I'm doing this, but these 6 questions are everything. All right, so how many people, these are more so for my veterans, how many people have given a presentation or you've invited somebody to a HOM and you don't know what to say, so then you ask, how did you like it? How was it? When you ask that question, people are negative by nature. So they're going to point out something that wasn't the best for them. It was okay. It was good. How many people do you know when you're communicating with people, it's, how's your day going? It's good. It's fine. That's the kind of response you're going to get to that question that you ask. So it's time to change up the question. So instead of asking, how was it? Question number 1 is, what did you like most? Because now we go from negative to what did you like most? That means this has to be a positive response because we led them in that direction. So after the presentation, after the HOM, after whatever it is that you're showing them, or even if you're giving them a sample of the products, right? Different products during the HOM. So side note, when you got somebody at a HOM, get them some tea, put a little lift off in it, drop that thing in there like that. Because when you do it like this and you drop it in there, look, it do something special to the cup. And then they start bouncing around while they watching. You're like, dang, they might even start sweating. But now they fired up and don't even realize why. But you give them samples of the products while they're watching the HOM. So now they can respond to you with what they like best. Well, shoot, I ain't really understand the video too much, but those products, whatever you gave me in that cup, got me feeling good. Tell me more about that. Or I loved the fact that I can make some extra money. Or I loved how you're always so passionate about what you're doing and how you offered me the opportunity. All right, it's different things that they're going to come with, but you led them there by asking, what did you like best? Question number 2. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? So now we got them in their mind like, okay, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, the average you're going to get is about a 5 or a 6. All right. And what these numbers mean is if you get a one over, if somebody responds with a one or a 2, it just means they're kind of skeptical. Right. But here's the key. Here's the tip. Anything above a 0 is a positive thing. So if they say a 1 or a 6 or a 10, get excited. Don't show it too much, but just get excited internally because they about to be your next partner. All right. Because before these questions, people freeze up. So make sure we're practicing these questions because this is the professional side of what we're doing. This is a system that's easily duplicatable. How many people have heard the word duplicatable before inside of this business? Duplication. So you can make this system duplicatable for you and for anybody else, even if they're introverts. I'm naturally an introvert by nature. I don't really like to talk to people like that. And a lot of the times we're going to recruit those people who are nervous or shy at first. But this system, they can literally read this question by question in front of the person. And I'll get into that next. All right, number 3. How much would you need to earn each month to make this worth your time? Question number 3. How much would you need to earn each month to make this worth your time? So now we got their mind going. So obviously they know they can earn some extra money. All right. But we ask this question and sit there. Do not provide them different numbers. Do not provide, do you need an extra 250, an extra 500, an extra 10,000? Don't provide them any kind of numbers. Let them figure out for themselves what that amount is that's going to make it worth it for them. This is your business partner. We are not spoon feeding these people. Because if you start there, you're going to be trying to spoon feed these people every day, trying to fire them up and motivate them, trying to get to an event every month. So let them figure things out for themselves. All right. So how much would you need to earn each month to make this worth your time? All right. The average amount that we're going to hear is $500 to $1,000. An extra 500 can do a lot for somebody. All right. Who on here could use an extra $500? That's a bill that you can easily pay. All right. It's going to help toward rent. The extra $500 can really save a marriage. For those married on here, BT, Tiff Tune. All right. Question number 4. How many hours a week can you commit to doing this? To be more specific. How many hours a week can you commit to doing this? All right. And then they may say something like, well, I got an extra 5 to 10 hours a week. Or if they have more time, they got more time. But again, let them provide the answers for you. So now you know what to work with. You know what to help them when it comes to talking about expectations for them. Because we're expecting these people to sign up with us after we're done with question number 6. That's your confidence level because your results are amazing and you're making sure that they're amazing. And your confidence shows, your energy shows. All right. Question number 5. How many months are you willing to work those hours a week? And of course, to get to that income. How many months would you be willing to work those hours a week? So if somebody's like, well, I could use an extra $500 and I'm willing to work an extra 10 hours a week to get that. So then when you put the amount of months in there, now they're telling you how long they're going to stick around to try and make this money. Well, I'll give myself 6 months because I know it's going to take time to build up to that point. And for those on here, you know you can reach $500 a lot quicker than 6 months, especially if you're willing to do the work. All right. And then the last question, number 6. If I would you. All right. And what that means is, right, so we already know that they want to make an extra $500. They're willing to put an extra 10 hours a week in worth of work toward making that extra money. And they're willing to do 6 months of this 10 hours a week, right? So if I were to show you how to make an extra $500, working your 10 hours a week that you're available to do it in a 6-month time frame, would you be ready to go right now? So if I would you, and you fill it in however they answer the questions. Now, this works whether somebody is super skeptical and they don't even want to be a part of, they might have negative thoughts about what you're doing, but it's still going to work for them. All right. And I know somebody that thinks like me. I was super skeptical when I came into this business. That's my sponsor who got me signed up. His main thought process was, you need to do this business. You're going to kill it. I'm like, I don't even know what this business is. I don't know what a Herbalife is. I've never heard of it. I don't know what MLM is. I never even thought about running my own business. So first of all, no. Second, I ain't even used the products yet to even know if they work to try and sell them. So I said no for 6 months. So, and it took me 6 months to try the products. But when I got the products in my system, within 2 weeks, I was doing the business. So a lot can change when people make a decision, a commitment to themselves. All right, so because of the way I thought and my skepticism, I'm gonna call on my brother BT because he think like me. All right, so to give everybody, to kind of put a bow on this for everybody, I just want you to be somewhat skeptical. Don't give me an extremely hard time. I know how you are. But I want you to be that person that's like, nah, this ain't for me. All right. So I'm gonna mute you. All right. So now BT and I are so close, we're like brothers. So this could be somebody really close to you. They might be family, they might be your best friend, whoever it is, but they're seeing what you're doing, but they may think this is just like a pyramid scheme, or this is just not something they're interested in, or they might not even believe in themselves to do it. All right. But this person's skeptical. So me and BT just talking, and it was brought up what I'm doing. And he's like, man, why are you doing that? He's like, man, I ain't heard nothing but bad things about what you're doing, about those network marketing and it's a pyramid scheme you're doing, right? And I've heard that before. But as y'all can see, I'm still in this thing 5 years later. It don't affect me because what they can't take away is my personal results from the products, how I feel, how my life has changed, and the income that I've made. Literally changed my entire life. So with BT, again, we're going to start with the story. And the thing about the story is it's a connecting point, and it's also a place where you can help them understand why you're doing what you're doing. All right. So me and BT just talking, we just hanging out, and he's like, man, why are you doing that? Like, it's a waste of time. Right. So I'm going to start with BT like, hey, bruh, I understand that you think this is a bad thing for me, but I want to help you understand where my mind is when it comes to what I'm doing inside of Herbalife. All right. So I was like you at first. I was skeptical. I was like, that ain't for me. But I reached the point where I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. I didn't like how I felt. So I reached out to the person that was trying to get me started, because they were like, look, just try it. If it's not for you, you get your money back. So of course they gave me an out. I took it. So I tried the products, and I was like, if it don't work, I get my money back. But when I started, I dropped 5 pounds my first week. I didn't even know I had pounds to lose. I just knew I had a stomach that I didn't like seeing in the mirror. When I walked past the mirror, the thing was sticking out. It was just unbecoming of me because I was a football player in college who wasn't used to seeing that. So that's a straight shot to the confidence with that. So when I saw my belly, I was like, okay, I got to do something. So I dropped 5 pounds my first week. I dropped 30 pounds my first month. The products work if you use them properly. If you're willing to do the work, they work, and they did something amazing for me. I've never felt better. At the time, I was 20, 26, 27 years old when I started, and I was like, dang, my body looks better than when I was in college. So that was like a positive red flag. I got abs within 2 weeks, and then they was chiseled by the end of the month. All right, so, bro, you telling me you wouldn't want no abs? So I'm looking at your stomach through your shirt right now.
Well, now you see, I got a ab already. I got one.
Oh, okay.
But I'm trying.
So,
but you mean
so,
it?
oh, go ahead.
But you mean to tell me that in 30 days you used all that product and they was willing to give your money back?
They was willing to give me my money back if I didn't like it within a 30-day time frame. All right, so I took it, and I came out loving what I saw and how I felt. Now, when it comes to how you're down in network marketing and what I'm doing, so when I started getting those results, people were like reaching out like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I've been watching what you're doing, and I saw you a couple weeks ago. You didn't look like that. Now you look like this. Like, what are you doing? Whatever you're doing, I want to do it. So I saw that I have this opportunity. I was put in a place to help people. And that's something that I've always loved to do, help people, especially feel good. So not only did I start helping people feel good, but I made an extra $800 my first month. You telling me you couldn't use an extra $800?
Of course, I could use $800, but how hard do I gotta work to get $800?
That's the
Because
thing.
I'm not gonna look like you in 30 days. I'm still,
Right.
a little low.
And we'll get there in a second, because let me just finish my story real quick. So made an extra $800. And then when it came to the business, like, I was like, okay, so this might be something that I could do long term. And this is where the rest of my life changed because of this company. All right, fast forward to a year later, I met my wife, right? Got married. Now we have a almost 6-month-old. And not saying you're going to get into this thing and find your wife, but it literally has the opportunity to change your life in so many ways, not even realizing where you need it. but I know what it's done for me, and I now have the opportunity to help people in that way to where it's literally can change their life however they want it if they're willing to do the work. So I've gotten the results. I've gotten the financial results and met my wife. Now we got a amazing little boy. And on top of that, my results still on point. So I understand that you may have, ill thoughts about what I'm doing, but you can't deny what has happened inside of my life and how much of a different person I am from back then when we used to hang out and hang out.
Now this is true. Now I'm gonna paint a picture for you from my perspective, okay? Because you put on some pounds, but you still was skinny fat. But when you see, put it like this: if somebody walked up to you with a face full of acne, hey, like, hey, yo, you trying to buy this acne cream? It'll help you get rid of your acne. All you gotta do is sign up under me. I'm not gonna make that much money until my acne's gone. So how long again do I gotta endure other people? Because people are gonna say they're gonna do one thing like me and then do the other thing. And then it's gonna take me 30 days before I realize that you told me the right thing. But time is money.
All right. So if you're thinking time is money, then if I just told you what I did and how successful I've had, the type of success I've had in this business, just follow what I did. I got you. But you got to be willing to be coachable. And then, like when it comes to the business side of things, like what I'm most excited for is being able to travel with my family without worrying about clocking in and all that kind of stuff and asking for time off. Because I know one thing about you, you don't really like your job like that. You don't like
Sure do.
having to go ask for time off. You don't like having to check your bank account every time we go out to eat. I mean, shoot, it's what we've been doing, but I don't have to worry about that anymore. And again, I know what it's done for me. I would love to see what it can do for you if you're willing to do it. But I just wanted you to understand, my viewpoint and how I've experienced this company and what it's done for me. So, you know, again, this is up to you if you want to do it. You can easily say no, but so even with your thought process, right? Can you just answer some questions for me? Are you willing to do that?
Yes.
All right. So I know it's a long shot. This is just like off the record, right? Off the record. What did you like best about what I just said? What you just heard?
Not clocking in and checking my bank account.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you with possibly joining me in what I'm doing?
I'll say about a 7.
All right, cool. And side note, no matter what number they say, again, anything above a 0 is a positive. All right. So again, I know you're not, ready to join, but how much would you need to earn each month to make this worth your time?
Worth my time each month, I'll say probably about 1,500.
All right, cool. So how many hours a week or how many hours a week could you commit to work toward that $1,500 a month?
About a week or a day?
How many hours a week?
A week, probably like 15.
Okay, cool. So how many months, how many months would you be willing to commit to work this 15 hours a week to get up to that $1,500 a month? How much time are you giving yourself to get to that point?
I'll just say 6 months contingent upon my results.
Okay, so again, whether you join or not, this is all hypothetical, right? But if I were to show you how to make an extra $1,500 a month, working 15 hours a week over the next 6 months, Would you be ready to start with me right now?
Well, you know the infamous question at this point is going to be how much it's going to cost me.
All right, so we're gonna end it right there, right? Because I got them. So it doesn't matter what the situation is, it doesn't matter how negative this person is. Your story is the most important piece of all of this, because they can't deny the facts of your story. But when you connect with them on a deeper level because of your story, right? I talked about the pain points of having to clock in and asking for time off and checking that bank account before I go make a purchase. That's something that most people can relate to, that they don't like doing. So when I make my story relatable to somebody else, now they're feeling what I felt at that time. And now it's in their mind, well, maybe I could do what this person is doing. Maybe I could do what Harvey's doing. I've seen Kaylon Eagles' results. I saw the different things that Mark has been able to do as far as travel goes. I've seen Jen work from home with her, for the last 5 months, almost 6 months, and she's not clocking in anywhere. So all of your stories matter to the people that's watching what you're doing. But you got to make sure you get that point across of how important and how powerful your story is. Don't just glaze over it, because that's your connecting point. And then the questions, the questions are the professional side of what's next after the presentation. All right, so a question popped up. So do you share health and business results even when presenting the business? All right, so you got to make it relatable to the person. Because if I lost weight and the person, if they didn't mention that they want some kind of result and they're just talking about the money, we'll talk about the money. If somebody comes to you and they're like, well, shoot, I could lose a few pounds and I could use some extra money, then touch on those points. You got to listen to what the people are telling you they need from you, because those are the connecting points. Does that make sense? All right, so look, all of this stuff is powerful. But again, the most important piece of all of this is your story. So right now, I want you to think about, when was the last time I told my story in depth to my family, to my friends? Because the thing about this is, for those who've been around the business long enough, or for a while, for more than a year, and even 5 years, right? You may have burnt through your hot market, your parents, your friends, those people around you constantly. But if you go back to them and you're like, look, I got this challenge going on with other people, I'm connected with, and we have to share our story 30 times this month, or we have to share our story, or we have to do this presentation 30 times this month, or 70 times, or whatever. Could you be one of those people for me? Could you support me by just doing the questions? Even though I know this may not be for you, but I have this amount that I need to reach, and I'm just asking for your support. And if they're willing to support you, which most likely they are, because they are your family, your friends, and they're going to do what they can to help you out. Now this is your opportunity. This is your second chance to present your story to them in a powerful way, to now where they can connect with it. All right. And side note, if you've been playing around with your results and not getting any, and you've been playing around with your business and not making any kind of income, I mean, they're going to think what they think. But if you've been taking this opportunity seriously, all right, more serious, and they've seen some type of changes, whether it's through your physical results, your mental results, because Herbalife is 100% mindset. This is what we learn. or you've made some extra money and done some different things. That's something that they've witnessed, and that's something that you can touch on. But when you share, when you have the opportunity to share your story at depth like this, how can they, this is going to make them think deeper, like, hey, well, maybe I need to give this a shot. Because somebody's situation, when you shared the opportunity with them the first time, they may have been in a better situation. But as y'all know, the economy and how jobs work, you get fired at will. People are getting laid off left and right. All these stores are closing down. And as Herbalife distributors, we have this opportunity to make money when we want to, when we need to, if we're willing to do the work. So whether you're new inside of the business, right? For the new people, right? Jen issued a challenge 2 weeks ago. She said, share your story 100 times in the next 30 days. I know one person, Letty, she's been sharing her story. Whether it's been in depth or not like this, I don't know. But she's been in action sharing her story. So the more you share your story, the more you're getting familiar with the points that are the most impactful when it comes to sharing. But this is where we can share at depth, we connect with other people, and now people are actually interested in what we have going on because they've seen the changes. So for the new people, take the challenge on of sharing your story 100 times, or taking these questions, right? So get with your upline about what the HOM is, or what the presentation is that you can do from home with these people one-on-one. It doesn't take more than 10, 15 minutes. All right. But if you get with your, hot market, which are those closest to you, those are the people we're going after first. Those are the easier people that we can connect with. Those are the people more willing to support us. So if we go to those people and like, look, I just joined, Herbalife, or I'm doing this thing now, and I have a certain amount of presentations to do. This may not be for you, but I need to practice. Are you willing to support me? If you bring it to them like that, they're most likely going to say yes. They'll sit through these 6 questions. They'll answer them like you need them to, but that's your opportunity to share your story in a powerful way. And now you can connect with them on these different levels. And you may have a business partner, or you may get somebody that wants to start the products. But the more you share your story and the more you ask for support, that's an opportunity for you to really get out there, get uncomfortable, but also speed up your business 5 months ahead. You share your story as much as we're talking about in the next 30 days, you will fast forward your business, you will advance your business a whole 6 months to a year in advance, if you're willing to do the work. For all my old heads, all right, we may have made our family and friends tap out because of Herbalife, and how excited. How many people remember how excited you were when you had to share your story with your family, and you was like, look, could you use an extra $500 a month? Da, 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 da. Right? And you really hyped up the products and hyped up the business, right? Which now we know it's not the most attractive, right? But if you were one of those people like that, I know I was, they weren't interested. But now if we go back to them and be like, look, back then I was just really excited. I was like this preteen, just excited. Just ugh. I just kind of word vomited on you, Herbalife. But if you go back to them and be like, look, I have a certain amount of presentations I need to do, and I'm asking for your support. I know this may not be for you, but are you willing to help me and be one of my presentations for this month? It'll take 10, 15 minutes. And whether you say yes, it's great, or no, it's great. But, I'm asking for your support. How many people feel like they can do that? All it is asking for support. But I'm telling you, if you start sharing your story in depth like that, You will have brand new members on your team this month. You will have new clients, new preferred members, and possibly even distributors, depending on how you share your story. And if you've been taking the business more serious and you've made some kind of income, it doesn't matter how much. Any extra is extra, and it's a blessing. So you take that opportunity, you take the money that you've earned, or you take what Herbalife has done for you, and you just share. We got to get really good at sharing our story. But again, these 6 questions are the professional side of what we're doing. This is duplicatable. It doesn't matter who it is. Look, you can be the most shy person, but you can be like, BT, look, I just joined this company. I really think that I could do well with it. I've gotten these kind of results and I've seen this type of success. Yeah, I got to do this presentation so many times this month. Can you please be one of my people? I know this may not be for you, but could you please be one of my people? And I might be in front of BT like this. All right, so I'm supposed to ask, after showing you this video or showing you this flip book or this presentation, I'm supposed to ask, what did you like best? Okay, cool. All right. And the next question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Right? Look at this. I'm reading from the paper. They can see that you're nervous. But the more you do this, eventually you'll get to the point where it's just coming out and you got more confidence. And now they're ready to do whatever you're doing because of your confidence and because they've seen the changes in you. But we got to start here with practice. All right. So look, I told you I was fired up for the call. Like, I'm excited about what's about to happen inside of this team. Are there any questions before we get off? Because look, it's March Madness. We got a lot of time to practice. We got a lot of time to get some new clients and help these people get some serious results. We got some time to work on our follow-up. We got some time to practice our story with all of these people and practice this presentation with all of these people that are willing to support us. We have this opportunity in our hands. It's up to us to share it. So, are there any questions before we tap out? All right, look, I don't know if y'all fired up like I'm fired up, like I'm calm before the storm, because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. I'm telling you, you start doing this. How many people are getting a check right now on the 15th? All right. How would you like to see that check grow 5 times the amount that it was last month? How would you like to see the check grow 10 times the amount it was last month? Are you willing to share your story 5 more times than you did last month? 10 more times than you did last month? You got it in you. Share the opportunity and don't feel bad about sharing it. Don't apologize to somebody because you want to share what it's done for you, because you really believe that you can help this person, or it can really benefit this person in their life or their family. We have the opportunity. We got the opportunity to do something with it. Let's do it. Let's grow. Let's get this check up. And let's continue to work on ourselves every day. Personal development, business development, new results, new abs like Marty. Get that 7-inch butt growth in 3 weeks like Shep. Be ready to step on stage like Mark next week. Pro lesser shots. All right. We got some fit moms. We ain't ready to go there yet. Pre-locks blue though. But look, let's get these results. Add a new product or 2 to your cart right now. Figure out what can you do to add to your results, and let's get some new results. Let's get to sharing our story, and let's get this check up. All right, on that note, y'all, peace out. Everybody have an amazing night. Good morning, good night, good evening. See
Bye,
y'all later.
guys.
Peace.
You just